And hello everybody, Do It Right Tech Tips here. And today we're going to be looking at the old and reliable 2012 Mac Mini that I picked up for eBay for just $350. This is an absolute insane value, as the one that we have here on site is equipped with an i7 3720QM processor. It's a 22 nanometer. And it has 6 megabytes of cache and a base clock of 2.6 gigahertz, turboing up to 3.6 gigahertz. So not that bad at all. In fact, I was quite amazed. Of course, it's a 4-core and 8-thread processor, so quite nice if I do say so myself. And it has 16 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM running at 1600 megahertz, not gigahertz, 1.6 gigahertz if you want to say it that way. So very good. As far as storage goes, it has a 1 terabyte hard drive running at 5200 RPMs, which shows sort of its age in its relative form, but not that bad. Of course, you have the power button here and all your I/O, but we'll go over the I/O in just a sec. So I upgraded this to a 1 terabyte SSD for just around $90 off of Amazon. It's a Crucial 1 terabyte SSD, so very reliable and stable. I really love it. It's a good one, so very nice. Thumbs up for that. And I also got with iFixit and was able to purchase a good old secondary hard drive kit. So believe it or not, this little thing, it's all its smallness, can actually fit two 2.5-inch hard drives or SSDs. So I picked that up for just about $25. So it comes with all of the necessities that would require you to upgrade this Mac Mini. So, but keep in mind that if you do buy a 2014, the kit will not work on this, just because the 2014 is slightly different, and Apple sort of pigged out on that one and decided not to do that. So bummer, but it's okay. Anyways, another thing that we did is we upgraded this to well, really we didn't upgrade anything, we just upgraded storage. If you wanted to, and you did get a Mac Mini off of eBay with 4 gigabytes of RAM, you could upgrade it to 8 or 16, but I would recommend just going with 8 because really you can't do a lot with it. You could video render a little bit, but because of its lowly Intel HD 4000 graphics card that's integrated, of course, it doesn't really serve a lot of justice to it. So the final cost of the computer rounded out to be about $480, which is not that bad for a lovely Mac of this spec. It has the highest processor, the highest amount of storage. Of course, you can upgrade to 32 gigabytes. It's not officially supported by Apple, but you can. But I just don't recommend that, just because it's not a good way to do it. And really, this computer is not meant for doing that type of stuff. On my main computer, I don't even have 32, and 16 is just fine. So, really, it's an amazing computer. Now you may be thinking, well, because of it, what type of person would need this computer exactly? Well, because of its expandability, you can upgrade the storage and the RAM, of course. But if you're in the market for one, I would highly recommend you get the highest model you can get in CPU-wise. So that's why I would get the i7 quad-core, not the i5 dual-core, because remember that this is an soldered-in CPU, so you cannot upgrade the CPU at all. It is soldered directly into the logic board. But back to what this is, who this is for. I would recommend this for a semi-high performance person. Currently, I have it paired up with my, if you can see, my monitor right there. It's a Dell D2719 HGF 27-inch monitor. Good grief, that's a long word. Which runs at 144 hertz. Just because of its lowly Intel graphics, though, this can only run it at 100 hertz, which isn't that bad considering that it's 100 hertz. Still looks buttery smooth and beautiful. If you're looking to play the newest popular game, Minecraft, yes, I know Minecraft, everyone loves it. This can run Minecraft at 60 FPS, the magic gaming number, 60 FPS, with the graphics preset turned to high. So I would recommend this, but by no means would I recommend this to someone who wanted to play highly graphically demanding games, just because this simply does not have the horsepower to power the graphically intensive things. Sure, the CPU could probably handle it, but the graphics card cannot. And the cooling in this is mediocre to say the least. So, everyone knows that Macs are pretty sucky at gaming. One of the things I did get was I got myself a nice Magic Mouse 2. So it's a very nice one. You charge it through the lightning cable. I love it. Magic Mouse 2 is a win, so that way I don't have to use any of these USB ports on the back, which I'll go over in just a sec here. And then I also got the Magic Keyboard 2, which is quite nice. It's very thin and feels very premium in your hand. It doesn't bend. It's very sturdy, so I really like that. Of course, it's all Bluetooth as well, so great job. So now we'll focus back on the I/O just for the last thing before we end this. So of course you got the power button, power cable, you got your gigabit Ethernet, great. One of the things that you youngins might not recognize is the FireWire 800, yes. This is a good old thing, you can connect it with Ethernet or whatever. Back in the day when USB Type 2 was around, FireWire was amazing because it's traveled 800 megabytes per second of data, whereas USB 2 only traveled like less than a quarter of that, I believe. And then of course you have HDMI, Thunderbolt 1, then you got your output for input and output for the exhaust fan. You got 4 USB Type 3s. If you do go with the Mac Mini 2011, these are USB Type 2s, which is significantly slower for what I'm using it for. That is very important. Then we got our lovely SD card reader, which for my Nikon camera is amazing. You can just plug it in and boom, you got it. And then of course you have your input and output for audio. So, by and by, I mean, this is an amazing Mac. I have to say that I think out of all the things that Apple has engineered, this is probably one of the most expandable Macs that they've made besides the old Mac Pros in 2010. Of course, the new ones that are coming out, they probably haven't as much of this. But, I mean, the only thing that's really lacking on this is USB Type-C. So, amazing work. I absolutely love this. This is one of the things that I've used as my daily driver for quite a bit. Of course, you can't play games like Fortnite or things on it, but it's an amazing, smashing computer. So, that about wraps up our video. If you want to do that, just punch that thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more types of these videos, please consider subscribing. I greatly appreciate that. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!